Hello and welcome to my second video on how to do a graph in Excel. In the first video, I showed you how to do a data table and do some calculations in Excel. In this one, we're going to plot a couple of graphs, and then in the next video, I'll show you how to import them into Word. So for our first graph, we are going to select this data here, the cube length, and then we're going to plot it against the surface area to volume ratio. So we want to see how does the surface area to volume ratio change with the size of the cube. So we select the first column. We don't need to select the heading, just the data. And then we're going to press and hold the CMD or command button. So hold in, that's command button, don't let it come back out. And then we select this data here. So with the command button held in place. Now once you've got it selected, you can let go. And then we're going to click insert. And we are going to insert a scatter plot, XY scatter. Okay, and we're going to select the first one. So that pops out a nice graph for us, and we don't have to draw it by hand or anything. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things, how to take away something or add some things. So firstly, let's take away this chart title because it's taking up too much room. So let's delete that. Next, I want to add in some axes titles because at the moment we've got numbers, but we don't have any descriptors of them. So we're going to click in Add Chart Element. We're going to scroll down to Axis Titles, scroll down to Primary Horizontal, click it, and then double click in there, and we're going to add in cube length in millimeters. Okay, same thing, we go again, and we're going to do it for the primary vertical axis, and this time we will type in surface area to volume ratio. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the the markers a little bit, or the boundaries. So we're going to click on the x-axis data. Then we're going to go on axis, more axis options, and we are then allowed to format our axes. So I'm going to change the minimum and the maximum bounds. You can see here that my minimum was 4, so Excel automatically does it to 0 and 25, but I can override what Excel does by putting them in myself. So I'm going to change that one to 4, and I'm going to change the other one to 20. And so we maximize our use of space. Same thing we can do for the y-axis. We click on the y-axis data, and I can change it to 0.3 and 1.5. Okay, so that was my minimum and maximum there. So we're really using up all our space. I'll click out of that. So what if I want to add in a line now? So I'm going to click again to Add Chart Element. I'm going to scroll down to Trend Line, and I'm going to go down to More Trend Line Options. Okay, it gives me all these different options, which will probably look familiar to you from maths. I'm going to I'm going to try different ones, but I think this one here fits the best. So I'm going to click on Power, and then I am done with my first graph. Okay, so I can shrink that down a little bit, make room for the other one. So I'm done with my first graph. Now I'm going to make a second graph. So the second graph I'm going to do is I'm going to select my surface area to volume data. Again, command, hold down, time, back to insert, over to scatter plot, plot that out. Again, I'm going to take away that title. Same thing here, add chart element, axis title, primary horizontal. This time it was my surface area to volume ratio, and on my vertical axis it was time in seconds. Okay. Again, I'm going to click on my axis options. So it's automatically put in from 0 to 1.6, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it from 0.3, which was here, my smallest measurement here. So I'm going to change that to 0.3. And the other one I was going to change to 1.5. Okay, so that looks a lot better. And same thing as before. I'm going to add chart element. I'm going to add a trend line, more trend line options. And I'm going to click on power again. Well, that one doesn't look so great this time. Blech. That looks dreadful. Okay, we're probably just going to keep it onto this one here. Does that look any better? No. So power again is the best potential one that we have. Okay. So there we have two beautiful graphs on Excel. Thanks for watching.